honestly, this is going to be a pretty short one. Instead of going over all of the factors in the 1.0 release and how my outlook on it is and my opinion on the matter, I've decided to just focus on the one major factor they added that could potentially alter somebody's game path. And that would be the new case type, which is the kidnapping cases. Personally, before I realized certain trends, I struggled with them immensely, and now I've realized a simple way to actually get through it after Googling it a bit, but I have a little recommendation that for some reason people don't seem to recommend when Googling. So first you'll need to get yourself a pair of handcuffs and a weapon. So now that I've gotten the handcuffs and a weapon, I have to wait for the actual case to trigger, which is going to be a quick thing as the video. Definitely not for me, as I have to probably wait through several different multiverses of this city. So while I prepare in Universe 819 something or another, I would like to cover... Oh, okay, thank you. I would like to cover the important... Oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Leave me alone. There we go. For context, I kind of just kept robbing this lady for her handcuffs. In hindsight, I could have just given myself more money to start, but this was more fun in each universe. The reason why the whole kidnapping case is so important is because it can just occur, and I don't know a solid way to legitimately solve it, so instead I have to show a weird roundabout method, and it can just completely ruin your game if you can't solve it, because then no new murder will happen. Oh, there we go, right there. Okay, we got one. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, awesome. I'm so thrilled. That's amazing. So now we're gonna run to the case at Mach 17 speed, but preferably run to City Hall to grab a secret tool that we'll need later. You might have thought that the handcuffs are the important part, but no, we need a briefcase to really look suspicious. You can buy right at the City Hall, one of these right there. So you find the apartment, it is not unlocked, and there is no key. Wow, that's rude. Probably knock. Yeah, no one here. Go ahead and just, let yourself in. It's not like there's anyone here anymore. Wow, that's a lot of lasers. Okay. And there's a couple things that you will be on the lookout for that I will point out as I run into them. So right here. Among all of the papers strewn around the apartment, you will most importantly need this as part of the case. So after you go to the location it gives you, which is the residence of the person that is missing, you will find a ransom note. This ransom note is important because it gives you the phone number, and also it tells you how much time you have. That's less important, more or less, because this method will very much be speeding through that whole situation. I think someone might have just walked in. I'll deal with that if I have to. There is a secondary piece of evidence that I'm looking for, but sometimes in my experience it doesn't always spawn in. Here we go. Okay, this is potentially useful, and I will go over it in just a moment. Essentially, you will look for a paper like that. Apparently it can just be in any drawer, it would seem. So on this piece of paper, which you should pin just for future reference, it'll give you a little bit of the physical characteristics of a short male in this case. In my experience, this really seems to be as much as you get in terms of description for the suspect, which is why I consider these darn near impossible to figure out normally. Fortunately, there's no need for us to figure this out normally, because you see, we have a phone number. Normally, pretty useless, but we can put it into the phone, make a little call, 51, no, I can't type, no, 60, there we go, make a little call, for the ransom thing. I got the cash, listen carefully, leave it in the basement at Alexis Grange, that's important. Don't try anything stupid, alright, that's all we need. That's literally the only thing we need. So make your way to the basement, running as fast as you can. Now, this is the part where it can get a tad finicky, and doesn't help the basement lighting is terrible, but let's just put that away. And we're just gonna set this down. This is an important bit. You need to set to the trap of the situation here. I think this will be an ideal location. You set the briefcase down. That's, well, no, that works. And I get to sit here until 3:15 a.m. in game time while I make a giant jump cut to show what happens here. If you're lucky with this whole setup, you might end up in a place where you can just sit down on a couch and wait time. Instead, I think it's been 15 minutes and I'm already going stir crazy. If you get really bored, you might be able to play a game with yourself by catching the duct tape midair. I'm deciding to relocate a little bit. I'm going to put the briefcase here because it is out of sight of all of the cameras. Wait, stop right there. Okay, a lot of things just happened all at once, and I'm going to describe all of them really quickly. First off, this is most likely the guy. There are two reasons I suspect this. One, he is a short male, perfect for the description. Two, he picked up the briefcase. It does not matter if there's money in the briefcase, they cannot detect it. But they will pick it up, which means this guy's gotta go down. Oh wow, what did he just pull out? I've always used weapons where it goes down in one hit. What was that? Okay, first off, that's my briefcase. Thank you. Holy crap! I feel like I just got lucky. I'm taking that. Yeah, this is the guy. Wow, we had that too. I don't even have the inventory for that. Take your key. Holy crap. We're just gonna cuff him. We're just gonna cuff him real quick. I am going to take that last gun because he should not have two and a hammer. This guy is stacked. Jeez. Okay, stop, please. Okay, so this is the guy. I haven't got the suitcase back. Let's see. He's not going to tell our name. Well, that's too bad. Have you seen anything unusual? No? That's awfully suspicious because you're just gonna let him know that I'm questioning him. That took you long enough. Alright, then after you accuse him, you can ask where his den is. At Freeman House, no promises about what you find. That's suspicious. Okay, so that tells us is somewhere at Freeman House. We have to go find that. As of right now, if we go to the resolution case, we can see that we know his full name. He's arrested for now, and we'll see if he stays like that. And we know the life of the guy is going to be safe, so that's good. Let's just speed on over, though, and see if we can figure out the den location, too. It is most likely in the basement. Doesn't mean it always is. Oh, could be here, could be here. Wow. I'm intimidated by this area. I'm intimidated right now. Oh, hi. Who are you? Sorry, that's personal. Okay, can I search you? Oh, yep, there we go. That's the name of the person. I'm also taking your key, hope you don't mind. Oh, and you're probably gonna shoot me the minute I light. Oh. That's nasty. Okay, well, I'm gonna actually, hold on. Let's let the pursuit go away. Because I goofed a little bit. It's fine. So basically, this is the person that was kidnapped. The other person was the suspect who confessed even. So we know that's correct. And we release you. It can be kind of hard to hit the buttons. There we go. And let us note the location of this place is a vacant address 2. So, oh, wrong way. Vacant address 2 right here. Let's just pin this for a second because this is going to be the location of the den. The kidnapper should be arrested, but that should be a full sweep right there. And at the end, I'll go through all of the little steps again. Wow, I don't know which way it's sending me. Just to clarify what exactly happened, because parts of that did go by very fast despite me getting very impatient. And pop in the submission. Let's see what they say. It should be right. I mean, I'll be shocked. Give me that. Just gonna do a little looting while I wait. These are lame sync discs. Alright. Oh, he wasn't arrested? Oh, he must have broken out. Like, that occasionally happens, but that did just show that this guy was the kidnapper. This was the victim in that one place, so it all worked out. That was all soft. So technically, we did lose the investment of the handcuffs, but we were able to get the briefcase back, which is kind of shocking. I haven't done that before. For some reason, it always glitches out, so, you know, lost 25 credits, but, made that many. I don't know how many that was. I wasn't paying attention. But just going over the gist of the situation real quick of what just happened. So you get the person's name and apartment. You go to their apartment, you find the note. You will preferably also find this secondary note, but that's not entirely necessary. You take the ransom note, you call the number that it's given. You will then be given, well, it also says bring it to the basement of whatever place. So always be the basement of somewhere. You call the number, they'll also tell you where it's at, but regardless, bring a briefcase. Bring a briefcase with nothing in it to the whatever basement is. In this case, it was the same building, but that's kind of strange in my experience. And you just drop it off, and you watch it, and you wait. And eventually, somebody, the suspect, will come by, and they will try to pick it up. You'll have two methods of identifying them. Either through this note, you'll be able to match details, and they'll never be exact, and it's just a couple physical details. So, I mean, there's tons of short male characters just walking around the city, so that doesn't really say much, but it is a little secondary check. But also just the fact they pick up the briefcase, that's what we call an admission of guilt. So anyway, make sure that you bring your trusty weapon of whatever, preferably better than this, and the handcuffs that we lost during the course of this, which, that's unfortunate. If you're probably smarter about it, you can somehow save the handcuffs, but it doesn't matter too much to me. They're pretty cheap. But take them down, handcuff them, accuse them of murder. Say, I'm arresting you under the suspicion of murder. Don't worry, the fact it says murder, it just doesn't say anything different for some reason. They will then confess. You can ask the location of the den. They will give you the building. Typically, it's in the basement. As you saw, it was in the basement of that Freeman house right over here. And then just gonna look for the victim. Should be handcuffed somewhere in an apartment. I do believe it can be technically any vacant apartment, which can make it harder the longer a game goes on for, because then it could be in an apartment, whatever, forever, and if you keep putting people away or people keep getting killed, then more and more vacant apartments will appear since no new citizens move in, to the best of my knowledge. But yeah, that is more or less how to solve a kidnapping case, because honestly, in my experience, this is pretty much all you have to work off of, and I don't think there's any relation between the people. I mean, it can occur, but I'm pretty darn sure that it's not necessary. Literally, your entire clue base, as far as I've been able to figure out consistently, is two physical characteristics that are basically completely worthless. So while I'm really against playing this game in a way that's contrary to the natural flow of just how cases go, because I personally find it a lot of fun to just play cases normally, I feel like it's pretty much necessary in this case because the kidnappings don't give you any real characteristics to go off of. Either that, or I guess you could have enough people get kidnapped that you get enough of these little scared notes or whatever that you can eventually just build a profile, but how many people is that going to take? That's going to take a lot, I would imagine. Now, I've done this 5 times previously, I guess now 6, and in total it's broken down on me what? Wow, that was quick. Jeez, okay, maybe I won't do this. It was broken down on me maybe once. The guy just never came to pick up the suitcase. Whoa. So obviously the game isn't completely without bugs yet. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to go, considering this is the 1.0 release model. So take that as you may. This will solve it in most cases, and I would imagine that if it breaks down, you can probably just wait till the next kidnapping cycle, or at least the next like trigger cycle.